welcome back everybody to our voting session. So as you know, we are back on the floor at 4:30. Subcommittees that need to meet can try to meet between when we finish this and 4:30. I know some subcommittees also want to meet after the second floor session. That's it though. Subcommittees are closed for business after that. We're taking a page from Health and Government Operations. So this is the last sort of stab here. Tomorrow, I'm not sure when the Republican caucus is meeting, Mr. Chairman. Okay, a little birdie told me the Democrats will be meeting at 9:30, spoiler alert. So we will come in here at 9 o'clock for a quick voting session. So please study up ahead of time so we can move efficiently through the bills. Does that make sense for everybody? Okay, great. We will turn to our voting list. We are also adding one bill that is not on your list, which has a number. 1199. House Bill 1199. Ah, I see. Thank you. Thank you, Trish. Okay. So House Bill 1080, Chair Healy.
Very much, Mr. Chairman. This is a local Carroll County bill. We finally got all the letter of support for the amended version. As amended, this bill will allow Carroll County Office of Permits and Inspections to deny the issuance or renewal of a commercial license or permit in the county if the applicant has unpaid assessed personal property taxes subject to a certain exception. Amendment number 1 is technical, and amendment number 2 makes clarifying changes that this is for commercial licenses or permits in the county and for assessed personal property taxes. Move the amendments.
Amendments been moved and seconded. Discussion on the amendments. All in favor of the amendments, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed to the amendments? Amendments pass. Madam Chair.
On the bill as amended, move favorable.
Bill's moved and seconded. Discussion on this local bill. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Bill passes. House Bill 1388. Chair, Vice Chair Boyce.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. ENT is secondary on this bill. The bill as amended, the bill expands the application of provisions of current law stating that a non-compete or non-conflict of interest provision in an employment contract is null and void under state law to an employment contract for an employee that is required to be licensed under the health occupations article or as a veterinarian practitioner or veterinarian technician. Amendment number 1 adds co-sponsors and make technical changes. Amendment number 2 strikes language that would have applied the bill retroactively and moves the effective date of the bill from October 1st, 2024 to June 1st. Move the amendments.
Amendments moved and seconded. Discussion of the amendments. All for the amendments, signify by saying aye. Aye. And opposed to the amendments. Amendments pass.
Move the bills amended, Mr. Chair.
Bills moved and seconded. Any discussion on the bill? Okay, all in favor of House Bill 1380 as amended, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone wish to be recorded in opposition? Bill passes because it would have to go back to another committee. We're not doing a pile-on amendment. House Bill 1358, Madam Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Subcommittee recommendation is favorable with the amendments as amended. The bill requires the Department of Natural Services and Baltimore City to convene focus groups meetings on the establishment of the state park as specified, develop a list of priority needs and associated cost assessments for park operations and improvements, including, among other things, capital improvements and critical maintenance, and establish a stakeholder advisory committee to advise DNR and Baltimore City on the scope and management of Gwynn Falls State Park as specified. Amendment number 1 makes technical changes. Amendment number 2 strikes language that would have required DNR to establish Gwynn Falls State Park as a partnership park between DNR and Baltimore City, alters the composition of stakeholder advisory group established under the bill, and moves the date by which DNR must submit a certain report to December 1st, 2025. Move the amendments.
Second. Amendments been moved and seconded. Discussion on the amendments. All in favor of the amendments, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed to the amendments. Amendments pass.
Move the bills amended, Mr. Chair.
Bills moved and seconded. Discussion on the bill. Okay, House Bill 1358 is amended. Please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, because this is a secondary, because this is going to 2 committees, I'm just going to skip the pile on, but appreciate your support, Delegate Ruth and others. House Bill 1511, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, Subcommittee recommendation is favorable with amendments as amended. HB 1511 delays the effective date of specified provisions, the significant majority of chapters 541 and 542 of 2023, which modifies state law relating to forest preservation and retention from July 1st, 2024 until July 1st, 2026. The bill correspondingly moves back specific dates related to the application of chapters 541 and 542. The bill also requires the Department of Natural Resources to, one, update the model local government ordinance under the Forest Conservation Act for consistency with chapters 541 and 542 by July 1st, 2025, and two, adopt regulations to carry out chapters 541 and 542 by July 1st, 2026. The bill takes effect June 1st, 2024. Committee amendment established that provisions related to qualified conservation and afforestation requirements for solar projects are not delayed. Move the amendments.
Amendments been moved and seconded. Discussion of the amendments. All for the amendments, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed to the amendments? Amendments pass.
Move the bills amended, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Bills moved and seconded. Discussion on the bill. Okay, House Bill 1511 is amended. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone wish to be recorded in opposition? Bill passes. House Bill 196, Chair Love.
Mr. Chair, with your indulgence, I would like to hold HB 196 to make sure we have the correct amendments.
Okay, we'll hold that. HB 440.
HB 440 is a local Charles County bill. This bill approves a person to operate a golf cart equipped with approved lighting on Cobb Island in Charles County between dawn and dusk on a highway in which the maximum posted speed limit does not exceed 30 miles per hour. There are no amendments. Move the bill.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on the bill? All in favor of House Bill 440, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Bill passes. House Bill 653, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. HB 653 came out favorable, no amendments. HB 653 authorizes the St. Mary's County Board of Commissioners to designate certain county highways on which a person may operate a golf cart. Move the bill.
Amendment's been moved and seconded by Delegate Morgan. Any discussion on the bill? Okay, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Bill passes. And just to be clear, we're still working the Stewart Golf Cart Omnibus Act, but we just want to make sure our friends in particular jurisdictions are taken care of. House Bill 750, Delegate Love.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. House Bill 750 came out favorable with amendments. As amended, HB 750 prohibits a person from obscuring or modifying a registration plate in a manner to prevent identification. This prohibition is a secondary offense, may only be enforced with a warning for a first offense, and is subject to 60 points after a warning. To points 60 days after a warning is issued. The amendments are the bill. Move the amendments.
Amendments have been moved and seconded. Discussion on the amendments. All in favor of the amendments, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed to the amendments? Let's pass. Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. HB 6, I'm so sorry. Move the bill as amended. Thank you, Madam.
Bill is
President.
moved and seconded. Any discussion on the bill?
Moving.
Okay, all in favor of House Bill 750 as amended, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone wish to be recorded in opposition? Bill passes. Does anyone wish to be added as a co-sponsor? Very lonely Delegate Ziegler. Okay. House Bill 689, Madam Chair.
Sorry for jumping the gun before. House Bill 689 came out of subcommittee favorable with amendments. This bill repeals the electric vehicle excise tax credit and establishes the electric vehicle rebate program. The committee amendments strike the income caps for eligibility, the requirement that the manufacturer comply with state and federal laws on clean fuel vehicles, and the public outreach. Move the amendments.
Amendments have moved and seconded. Discussion on the amendments. All in favor of the amendments, please signify by saying aye. And opposed to the amendments, amendments pass.
Move the bill as amended, Mr. Chair.
Bill's moved and seconded. Discussion on the bill. Okay, all in favor of House Bill 689 as amended, please signify by saying aye. Does anyone wish to be recorded in opposition? Delegate Jacobs, Delegate Otto, Delegate Naraki, Delegate Morgan, and Delegate Baker. Got him? Great. House Bill, right, sorry, co-sponsor amendment. Delegate Love, Delegate Boyce, Delegate Terrassa, Delegate Ruth,
I think I'm already on.
Delegate Long, Delegate Foley, and Delegate Stein, and Delegate Stewart.
Okay, I have Delegate Boyce, Delegate Love, Delegate Terrazza, Delegate Ruth, Delegate Long, Delegate Foley, Delegate Stewart, and Delegate Stein.
Everybody good? Okay, House Bill 1032, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. House Bill 1032 came out of the subcommittee favorable with amendments. This bill codifies and alters the tourist area and corridor TAC signage program administered by SHA. The committee amendments strike the eligibility committee. Move the amendment.
Amendments have been moved and seconded. Any discussion on the amendments? All in favor of the amendments, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And which should be recorded in opposition to the amendments. Amendments passed, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Move the bill as amended.
Bill's moved and seconded. Discussion on this bill? Okay, House Bill 1032 is amended. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone wish to be recorded in opposition? Okay, bill passes. House Bill 340, I'm sorry, file on amendment. Delegate Love, Delegate Ruth, Delegate Terrassa, Delegate Long, Delegate Allen, Delegate Ziegler, Delegate Lehman, and Delegate Healy.
The last one? Okay, I have Love, Terrazza, Ruth, Long, Allen, Ziegler, Lehman, Healy.
Great. House Bill 343, Delegate Stein.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Recommendation is favorable with amendments. As amended, this bill modifies the membership and duties of the Cox Creek Citizens Oversight Committee. Amendment number 1 is technical. Amendment number 2 makes changes to the membership and duties of the committee. Move the amendments.
Amendments have been moved and seconded. Any discussion on the amendments? All in favor of the amendments, we signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed to the amendments? Amendments pass.
Move the bill as amended.
Second.
Bill's moved and seconded. Any discussion on the bill? Okay, all in favor of House Bill 343 as amended, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone wish to be recorded in opposition? Bill passes. House Bill 1260. House Bill 1266, Chair Stein.
Chairman, recommendation is favorable with amendments. As amended, this bill requires MDE to allow for non-uniform payment schedules that allow a cost per pound of nitrogen reduced that varies with the achievement of performance milestones as agreed upon by both parties to the contract. The first performance milestone may not occur earlier than the time that the construction, reconstruction, or rehabilitation is complete. In order to ensure the achievement of environmental outcomes agreed to in a contract, MDE may require certain financial protections. Amendment number 1 is technical. Amendment number 2 clarifies the payment schedules authorized under the bill. Move the amendments.
Amendments have been moved and seconded. Any discussion on the amendments? All in favor of the amendments, please signify by saying aye. Anyone opposed to the amendments? Amendments pass. Second, bill's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on the bill? Okay, all in favor of House Bill 1266 is amended, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Does anyone wish to be recorded in opposition? Okay, bill passes. We're going to jump back to Chair Love, House Bill 1199. This is the one that is not on your sheets that I mentioned at the top of the meeting, so Delegate Love will explain it.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. HB 1199 is a mobility link paratransit service improvement study. The bill came out of subcommittee favorable with amendments. The bill requires the Maryland Transportation Institute at the University of Maryland to conduct a study to identify methods to improve the Maryland Transit Administration's Americans with Disability Act Mobility Link Paratransit Service, say that 10 times fast. The committee amendments require consultation with the Maryland Commission on Disabilities and the State Coordinating Committee for Human Services Transportation, and require the study to develop recommendations on services to persons outside of a 3/4 mile fixed outside of 3/4 of a mile of a fixed route and interjurisdictional restrictions to paratransit services. Move the amendments.
Amendments moved and seconded. Discussion on the amendments. All in favor of the amendments, signify by saying aye. And opposed to the amendments, amendments pass. Chair Love.
Move the bill as amended.
Those moved and seconded. Discussion on the bill. Okay, all in favor of House Bill 1199 as amended, please signify by saying aye. Does anyone wish to be recorded in opposition to this study? Okay, bill passes. Does anybody wish to be added as a co-sponsor? Delegate Ruth, Delegate Terrassa, Delegate Allen, Delegate Morgan, Delegate Addison, Delegate Guyton, Delegate Lehman, and Delegate Healy, and Vice Chair Boyce.
Okay, I have Boyce, Peraza, Ruth, Allen, Morgan, Addison, Guyton, Lehman, and Healy.
Everybody good? Okay, House Bill 1512, Chair Stein.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Recommendation is favorable, no amendments. This bill repeals the termination date of Chapter 413 of 2020. As a result, the bill makes permanent an authorization to use the Bay Restoration's septic account for specified costs associated with connecting a property using a septic system to an existing municipal wastewater facility that has signed a funding agreement with MDE. Move the bill.
Those moved and seconded. Any discussion on the bill? Delegate Davis.
I just have a question. Does this help the Frederick County people and their sludge pond? No?
Yeah, that's a separate bill we have from Delegate Pippy. House Bill 1512, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, hope we'll get Delegate Adams to vote for a bill for a change. House Bill 1318, Chair Stein.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill did not go through subcommittee with the recommendations favorable with sponsor amendments. As amended, the bill establishes a wasted food reduction and diversion grant program administered by MDE and an on-farm organics diversion and recycling grant program administered by the Department of Agriculture. Amendment number 1 is technical. Amendment number 2 strikes language that would have established a statewide solid waste disposal surcharge and makes conforming changes. Move the amendments.
Amendments have been moved and seconded. I just want to make sure I understand the amendments. You removed a fee.
That's correct.
Okay, let the word go out. A fee has been removed. Delegate Jacobs.
And that's very pivotal, I may say, Mr. Chairman. So we didn't get the amendments, and I fundamentally like the bill. I just want to understand that you're looking, the amendments are looking for resources. It's not a study with a surcharge. Is that what you're saying, Delegate Stein?
I believe that's right, but we'll defer to Kristen. Okay. Yes, so correct.
Thank you.
We're setting up 2 programs. Those programs are to submit annual reports. I suspect the first annual report, they're gonna have to talk about how we're gonna fund these programs that we're trying to do.
Exactly.
Yep. All right.
Thank you.
Everybody good on the amendments? All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed to the amendments?
Move the bill as amended.
House Bill 1318 has been moved and seconded. Any discussion on the bill? All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Anyone wish to be recorded in opposition? Okay, bill passes. We have 1 withdrawal. I'm sorry, pile on amendment. Delegate Love, Delegate Ruth, Delegate Lehman, Delegate Stewart, Delegate Addison, Delegate Stein, and Delegate Healy. Okay, we have 1 withdrawal, House Bill 1249. All in favor, signify by saying aye. I should have let Delegate Naraki move it. Sorry, Delegate Naraki, I missed you. All right, anything further for us today? Subcommittee announcements. Delegate Stein.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With apologies for anyone who was hoping to have evening plans, Environment Subcommittee will be meeting after the end of floor session late this afternoon.
Delegate Stewart.
Thanks, Mr. Chair. Well, first, I just want to thank all 3 of our council as the only subcommittee that has all 3 of them working. I know they've been working overtime and then some, so really appreciate it. And with that, okay. land use and ethics will not meet before crossover.
Delegate Love.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Motor Vehicles and Transportation will meet at 3:30. We have one bill to take up and another bill to give you an update on, which we will hopefully take up tomorrow. Sorry, folks, we're meeting again. Bye.
Okay, we'll probably just take that to full committee. We're not going to be meeting subcommittees. We're not meeting after today, Madam Chair. Delegate Holmes.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Housing and real property, we're going to have to meet at, let's say 2:30. And I want to also echo Delegate Stewart. Unfortunately or fortunately, I had the opportunity to be on emails with Ben at 1 o'clock this morning. So just to give you all of you an idea of what goes on in the back room. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Absolutely. And I'll just say we have excellent counsel, very long serving Patrick Tracy and Kristen Flynn who do an amazing job. And then Ben, who was thrust in as the housing guy in what has been proclaimed the housing session. So thank you all so much for your hard work again. On a similar note, Peyton, our front desk receptionist, her birthday is on Sunday. So please wish her happy birthday on your way in or out today. And with that, we are adjourned.